Okay, the stream died. Network error. Yay. Okay. I'm just gonna, like, give me a second. Okay, we good now? We good? We good? Everyone back? I want to get confirmation of this. Network error occurred. Yay. Yay. Means this is now going to be a separate stream, which is fantastic. Just grand. Absolutely grand. Didn't expect for that to happen. Yay. Okay, we all good? Nothing's going wrong? At least not yet. My internet is pretty bad, like abysmal sometimes. Like, it's not really that bad when I'm on like my PC or something, but like as soon as I go on my game consoles, it just like it doesn't work sometimes. And that was an instance of it not working correctly. So too, yeah. Why are you doing a Knuckles run without and Knuckles? Because everyone's already done that. I want to be different. I mean, I'm different by being bland, but Knuckles can chuckle by himself. He doesn't need a Rockstafarian with him, okay? That's a deep cut reference. Deep cut reference right there. Rockstafarian. Or would that be the Beatnik? Which one's which? I forget. Or could we be playing as Nipples the Enchilada? Which one is which? There's like 4 different Knuckles. Oh wow, forgot there wasn't a barrier there. Collecting rangs. Special stage 6, or is this 5? I keep forgetting what number special stage I am currently on. I think this is 5, which is probably why it's the hardest one. I don't know why 5 is so difficult. It's not me trying to talk about other people that find it difficult like I do with like everything else in Mania that people have like a problem with. I mean, like, I honestly don't get why special stage 5 is so difficult. Actually, I think I can catch up here. I am intensely focused. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. I think 4 is the most difficult. Yeah, it was definitely 5. Ooh, okay. Didn't spell those. Did I spell those right? A Beatnik and a Rastafarian. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry to answer your question. I can't answer your question. Oh, is this the one? Is this the one? I'm revealing this because I love this. Was that? Okay. Genesis does. I love this game. So, yeah. Now that I can be focused again, now that we're back to the stream. I hate that. Every time I run on these platforms, I expect to, like, need to jump, causing me to be sent into the, wow. I can't speak words, but, yes. I always jump, and that sends me into that wall of spikes. It's pretty annoying. Like, it's weird, too, because on my, yes, Genesis DOS, we're going to early PC gaming here. Sonic Mania is part of the PC master race from this, like, what was it, the 80s? 70s? It couldn't have been the 70s, could it? Was it? I don't know. Okay. Going down, going down, going down. Speaking of these, like, well, not speaking of them, I am not speaking of them. Looking at them reminds me of, the fact that I just now got the, what is it, the world's famous hedgehog trophy, like the last time I played this. I have no idea what triggers that. Like, what triggers that? What is it? PC Master Race in the 1980s and 70s. Hey, we got Doom. I mean, granted, Doom is not a bad game. It is a pretty good game. Console gamers and... well, Doom is pretty good. Doom is a pretty good game. Doom 2. Yes. Can't cheese this boss fight. Kinda like that. Oh. Well, okay. Does the fire shield protect me from this? It does. Just tested that out for the first time. I mean, honestly, it should have been pretty obvious, but still. Who's this? Console gamer and... Word? You mean like the program? You mean the program? Like Word? Writing documents? That count as a game? Does that count as a game? Waiting to hit him now. Okay. Wait, okay. I don't know why that takes so long to start up. Like the wind for you to go up. Okay, this is a downfall for you not being able to hit Eggman immediately. I need to wait for this. Sun, rain again. Is this gonna lead to me getting a time over? Like, I'm just gonna not be able to hit him at all. Can this boss fight go on? Windows 95. I mean, Sonic CD was on Windows 95. There we go, finally. There we go. Don't worry, I'm trying to fix the audio issue right now. I don't know what's causing this buzzing. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm playing Sonic Mania. That's the sound of 25 years of Sonic. Well, yeah, but every time I try to hit Eggman in the wind phase, I keep getting hurled into those spikes. I just don't do it right there. Flying Battery, or as I like to call it, Bad Romance Sonic Remix. Tree Sapling knows what I'm talking about. Wasn't that the greatest thing you've ever heard? Flying Battery. I love this. This was my favorite stage from Sonic 3K. What was everyone else's favorite stage from Sonic 3K? Mine was Flying Battery. I love that stage. It was as great as Shadow the Hedgehog. What was as great as Shadow the Hedgehog? Oh, Ice Cap. Okay. What was as great? Oh, the song, I'm guessing. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Bad Romance, Lady Gaga. Yeah, ever listen to that? And listen to a mix with Flying Battery? I can't unhear it now. I can't. Oh. I'm great at this game. Ice Cap is great. Yeah, it is pretty great. I like Ice Cap too, because it added the radical snowboarding. Yeah, missed opportunity for Generations. Having Ice Cap in Generations would have worked pretty well. I hate when that happens. Like, sometimes I try to glide and then I just don't. Like, well, I try to spin dash, but then instead of rolling into a ball and pressing the jump button, I instead must press it, like, too early or something like that, causing me to jump. I just hate when that happens. I'm great at this game, trust me, guys. I'm great. Also, I don't know why, I love this animation of Knuckles sliding down when he, like, is climbing a wall. I have no idea why, I just love that. Also, I love the background. I know it's just the sky, but I don't know why, every time I look at that sky background, it reminds me of Sonic 4. Anyone else feel that way? I'm almost positive it's just me, but it makes me think Sonic 4. I died many times in Mania's Flying Battery Zone. I'm assuming it was the second act, because I killed me all the time in this one area that I'm not sure if I'm going to... I'm not sure if I'm going to run into that area or not. It reminds me of the OVA. How? How does that remind you of the OVA? Starlet. Also, Splats is in there. That's another deep cut reference. It's Splats. Sonic 1, Badnik. Okay, now I can finally hit this thing. I remember when I first played this boss, I had no idea what was going on. I didn't realize that, like, the Badniks coming together, the trash heap, would allow me to jump higher. Yeah, I don't see OVA out of this. Like, I guess I could kind of see it, but not really, like, at all. It's strange, isn't it? I know I just went there. That's shows how creative I am. Is there like a boot? Okay, there we go. I play this game a lot, and this is how I'm performing during a live stream. I'm great at this game. Lower path that not enough people take, even though it's faster. I always take this path. See, let me read that real quick. It begins with the OVA, opens up the sky full of clouds. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Also, I love how the OVA clearly, like, what is going on with the island that Sonic and Tails are on? Like, did people die there? Like, there's just a bunch of, like, trash vehicles and a crashed plane and all sorts of stuff like that. Like, what? I want to know the story behind that island, because something clearly went down. Special Stage 6. I love this special stage mainly because of one thing. All the sharp turns you need to make, which I love, like, jumping over and turning. I don't know why. I just like that. And the fact that I can jump over pits and, like, again, pretty much every corner. Let's see, knock knock. Wait, what does it say? Let's say, oh, it's a knockoff Angel Island. I don't know why I read that as knock knock. It's Angel Island. But okay. I mean that fits. It's a Knuckles run. I'm surprised I haven't, like, thought of any other Knuckles references other than the Beatnik and Rastafarian. Okay. Sorry I don't talk much during the special stages. I'm focused on actually getting the Emerald. That way I can all show you pink Knuckles. Okay. Again, I would love if there was, like, a racing mode, 2-player, for, like, these special stages. I think it'd be cool. Whoa, okay. Okay, that went wrong. That went very wrong. Also, anyone else ever go backwards, like, in these special stages? That happened to me once. Not counting this. This means it's twice. Then twice that I've gone backwards in these special stages. So, yeah. I love these, what is it? Thinking of it, Wing Fortress. And I'm the Sonic 2 guy. Sorry my commentary is not, like, the greatest thing you've ever heard. I'm a lot better when I'm not, like, streaming. Trust me, I'm better than this. Also, I don't know what it is. I hate... Well, I don't want to say hate. That was the, like, completely wrong word. I don't like, wow, I don't like... I can't speak human language. But, okay, I finally thought of what sentence I wanted to speak before I started rambling on about absolutely nothing. I don't like how the, remix, for Flying Battery Act 2 is almost identical to the, original. Besides, like, slight additions, I guess. It's not really enough for me. But at least it's better than the entirety of Force's soundtrack. I will never stop making fun of Forces. I don't like that game at all. I like the outside, like inside-outside mechanic. Inside-outside, go Sonic. I can't clip through that. I can't clip through that. I can't skip a platforming sequence. This isn't like Sonic 2. It's the worst Sonic game ever. There's not enough chemical plant. There's not enough chemical plant in Azuka. How dare you let the fans make a Sonic game and not make every level Green Hill and chemical plant? Like, this is a disgrace. A complete and utter disgrace on the Sonic, like, name. This is terrible. Absolute garbage. How do people defend this game? How do people defend this game? This game's terrible. It's so glitchy. It's so glitchy, even though I tried to cause that. It's so glitchy. I try to cause glitches. I blame it on the game. This game's terrible. How do people defend this game? I was watching the AVGN. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I have to pause the game. I need to read these. I was watching AVGN and was reminded of how much the game is overpriced. I was watching the AVGN. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, I wonder now, do I have to do Earthbound for lock-on? Okay, there we go. I am not keeping up with these comments. I am sorry. But, yeah. Earthbound's a game. I haven't played it. Wait, I haven't played Earthbound at all. The closest I've come to playing Earthbound is Smash, and that's not Earthbound. Play as Nesto and Lucas. I'm waiting for Smash 5 so I can have Goku in the game. And you may think that's just like an everyday, outdated, like, meme, but if you ever look at Funimation's Twitter, they tweeted at Nintendo of America that they want Goku in Smash. So at this point, I'm honestly hoping it happens. I know it'd be terrible, and I know it'd be, like, really bad, and would never happen to begin with, but I want it to happen just because Funimation wants it, and that'd be amazing. We could have the meme fully realized. Then we could have Shrek, and, like, any other character. Honestly, though, in terms of serious characters that we want added to, Smash, like, what are some of your guys' wants for Smash? Goku for Smash, Smash Flash 2, wait, what? Oh yeah, Smash Flash. Forgot that existed. I'm pretty sure Goku's, like, added in Project M. I haven't really played that. Lee and Jet Set Sonic, I know that's in there. But aside from stuff like that, I've never played Project M. I know I probably should. That's pretty good looking, like, hack. Or mod hack. Kind of same thing. Yeah, but what are some of your guys' wants for Smash, like Smash 5 or Smash 4 port, whatever it is? Why did I jump over that? Okay. Like, I know personally for me, characters that I want in Smash are... I don't want Shadow as a separate character because then it would be like a Dark Pit problem. I just want Shadow to be like a skin for Sonic because Sonic has like some of the worst skins in Smash. Like, Sonic could be... Like, you have so many different options on what skins to make Sonic. Like, make it a Bowser Jr. type thing. Where Sonic has, like, Shadow and Blaze as skins. I think that'd be cool. Rose Gold Peach. Ah, yes, the best Mario character. Speaking of Mario, I just was able to recently play Odyssey. And if any of you guys in the chat have not played Odyssey, play Odyssey. I don't care if you don't have a Switch. Buy a Switch first, and then play Odyssey, because that game is just incredible. I'm glad I finally was able to get this secret passage area thing. Usually never get this. But yeah, Odyssey, love Odyssey. It's fantastic. Easily, well, I don't want to say one of my favorite Mario games, kind of too early to tell, but yeah, I'm really liking Odyssey right now from how much I played. I think I played about half of the game. Not in terms of how much I've collected, there are like 999 moons in the game, but yeah. Love Odyssey. Like, I'd say it's better than Galaxy, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Galaxy and Galaxy 2. I'm like, there's a lot of faith in Odyssey that maybe one day it can overtake Galaxy. Not that I want that to happen or anything. It just, I think it's a possibility that for a lot of people, Odyssey is better than Galaxy. Honestly, I find Galaxy overrated. I know I have controversial opinions when it comes to games. I mean, I think Sonic Rush is the best handheld Sonic game, and that, like, Galaxy's control is pretty stiff. But yeah, that's what I think. I think playing Odyssey would still like Galaxy 2 better. Oh yeah. But still, like, Odyssey, still, after playing Odyssey, I would still like... I mean, Tree, have you played Odyssey, though? Like, not saying you're wrong, you might be right, but yeah. I get what you mean, but yeah. And for me, it's like, you need to play a game before you can form a complete opinion on it. That's probably why I bought Forces to begin with, because that game, like, again, getting on another Forces rant, because I have not been able to stop talking about how bad I think Forces is. But it's like, I don't get it. I like, when we first saw that CG trailer, the South by Southwest, the first one, during the 25th anniversary, I was just like, yeah, this game looks great. It looks pretty good. It looks interesting and fresh and unique. And then I saw Classic Sonic and was starting to get a bit worried, but then I'm like, yeah, whatever, they could probably refine his gameplay for Mania. And then, as I saw the first bit of Modern Sonic gameplay, I thought, it's a bit linear, but it's probably like a tutorial section, or like a tutorial, like, first level stage type thing. I was thinking it was more like the first act or level stage, whatever, of Windmill Isle in Unleashed, where it was like a very short, very like simple version of the second act, which pretty much was just there for a tutorial. And even then, I thought like, maybe it's the first level and opens up later, since we didn't get to see the whole level. But then I saw like the Avatar gameplay, and I'm like, oh, this is... it's questionable, but I have faith in it. And then I saw Classic Sonic's gameplay, and I'm like, oh, it's Green Hill, that's not really good. And then I saw that his level was incredibly linear, and I'm like, oh, that's... maybe it's like the first stage for Classic Sonic. Maybe it's just like a tutorial for Classic Sonic, since, you know, we saw the whole level at that point. And again, I was a little worried that the level was so short, but then it's like, okay, it could still work out. And then I saw, oh, the custom character, its stage is pretty, you know, linear as well, and that's not giving me the best first impression for this new gameplay style. And then, well, then I see Classic Sonic in Mystic Jungle, and then that, I'm just gonna say right now, that stage just looked, even when I played the actual stage in-game, stage is just, like, flat out bad. Like, that gameplay, and that, like, it was just all pretty bad. And then you see the tag team stage, which at this point was the most impressive, like, stage in Forces that we've seen. And then it's like, oh, it's still pretty linear and still pretty, like, you know, pretty uninteresting. And then, what do I do here? I'm forgetting, am I forgetting something? Like, am I doing something wrong? I mean, I'm good at this game, guys. Trust me. Trust me, okay? But, yeah, back to... Oh, wait. I want to find out what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I'm doing something pretty wrong. What am I doing wrong? Am I... What? I'm in the right... Wait, what? I'm in the right area, correct? I'm pretty sure I'm not, like, doing anything wrong. Oh, okay. That's great. Okay. What? Do I need to... Oh. Oh, that's... Well, huh. Didn't realize that's what I need to do. I haven't played Knuckles in a while. Every time I play Mania, I'm playing a Sonic. Not that Knuckles is bad by any means, but it's like I'm so used to having the drop dash as an ability that playing Mania without the drop dash just feels wrong. But yeah, back to the Sonic Forces tangent. It was like, yeah, I like, what was it? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, custom character. I can keep a train of thought. It's the live stream. I have to think about what to say. But yeah, then I see like, oh, the custom character doesn't look that good either. And then I was talking about Mystic Jungle, and it's like, oh, it's not really that good. And then I'm looking at, what was the next stage to be revealed? Oh yeah, the tag team stage. And I'm looking at that, and, you know, it's just still, like, ridiculously simple and linear. I feel like every stage that we'd seen up to that point was a tutorial stage, it felt like. And then I see the second Classic Sonic stage. At that point, I'm like, oh, it's another level of Classic Sonic, and considering that they need to separate the game between 3 separate characters, it's probably not going to be that complex. Or, like, each character probably isn't going to have that many stages. And then that gets me worried, because then I'm thinking, oh, I'm hoping the entire game isn't this linear. And then I'm playing, well, I wasn't playing it. I was looking at footage of, the tag team stage, finally back to that. And, I'm just looking at it, and I'm so, like, I've pretty much lost faith in the game after seeing how every trailer in the game, besides the gameplay, like, little, like, I guess if they reveals of the gameplay styles, different gameplay styles, that every trailer was just, like, CG. And that, like, we're not seeing any, like, real complex trailers. And then every trailer that we did see was about information we'd already known about. Or at least they're very vague. Again, it's like... Oh, well, I didn't say this before, but I've said this plenty of times in other, like, conversations in the store. It's like the game was just... It's like they were hiding, like, stuff from us. It's like they didn't want us to know about what was actually going on. It's like they knew something was wrong. But then, finally back to the tag team stage, I'm looking at that, it's like, this is, like, again, very disappointing, very simple, very, like, paint by numbers. And again, I'm thinking, maybe, like, at the very least, this is just another tutorial for this new gameplay style, even though it looks like... another point to bring up is that 2 of the, 5 stages that we'd seen, or at least 3 out of the 5 stages that we had seen had either been set during Green Hill or had Green Hill elements somewhere in them, or were unoriginal in some way. And I'm just thinking, every level looks linear. This isn't really the greatest. Whoa. That's never happened. But, I'm just thinking every level looks incredibly linear, and I'm not getting the greatest impression of the game. At that point, I'm looking at other trailers for the game and how it's not giving any new information whatsoever. And how, like, Sega, after Mania released, they're praising Mania, but then showing us so little of Forces. Again, that doesn't give me the greatest, like, look at the game. I can't form an opinion on it, other than they're showing so little, and what little they showed us was so underwhelming. Like, it was just a mess from the start, it felt like. And then when I saw, like, the story, because I was just so, like, completely, like, set off. I wasn't completely turned off of the game at that point. But my like, expectations were set very low after all of the trailers came out and pretty much nothing was shown. And then I look at the story because I didn't really care about spoiling myself at that point based on how basically mediocre and bland the game looked. Then I look at the story and it's like, wow, it is this, like, bad. It is horribly written. It is, like, characters are not acting the way they should. None of the concepts that they set out to, like, execute were at all done well. The closest thing that I found to that were in 2 cutscenes where Sonic is cracking a joke, or, like, making light of the situation, or making fun of the villain. Something like that. That only happened in 2 cutscenes. The one where he confronts Zavok, and the one where he confronts Infinite after saving Silver. And even then, it was like the bare minimum of what, like, the standard of a Sonic story should be. And even then, I'm just thinking, even the story is unoriginal. Classic Sonic is there for no reason, never explained. They could have even had a throwaway line saying, oh, the adventure of generations created a separate timeline. But no, they don't even bother to explain that. I'm just thinking, what is the point of, like, having this story be so, like, what's the point of advertising this if you're not going to do anything with the concept? Like, you're advertising the story of how, like, oh, Shadow's back and Chaos is back, and oh, look at how complex this story looks. And then it's like, oh, what does it say? Knuckles was written pretty good. Well, yeah. I'm not saying everything about the story was terrible. I'm saying almost everything was done poorly. And even then, even when they almost did like Knuckles right, he still had, like, pretty cringy lines. I'm not saying that's never going to happen. It's a Sonic story. Even the greatest Sonic stories, you can find something to, like, nitpick and, like, joke about. No Sonic story that I've seen is perfect. But, like, Forces was just so underwhelming and bland. I can't find any enjoyment out of that game. And even during my first playthrough, I was just feeling this entire sense of, why am I playing this? I didn't take the game back, but I was very tempted to after finishing the game. But then I decided I might as well just keep it as a sense of, oh, the game's, like, it's a Sonic game. It's like, I want to, you know, you want to have all the Sonic games if you're a Sonic fan, or at least have all the ones that really matter. And then I'm playing the game, it's like, this game's pretty infamous, I might as well keep it around, pretty much for the same reason people still have 06, because it's such a historical, like, failure that you can't not have that at some point. And I'm not saying Forces is as bad as 06, but I'm saying that Forces is just pretty, it was a disaster of a game. Like, it wasn't terrible, but in terms of, like, its critical reception, it's, like, the story leading up to it, it was a train wreck. It was a train wreck waiting to happen. And then I'm looking and playing the game, it's like, again, you're advertising all these villains coming back, and yet you do nothing with them. You have Classic Sonic come back, and he gets the least amount of stages and has flat-out broken control and horrible level design. And then you go to Modern Sonic, and it's like all the stages are straight lines, linear, and even when they do open up, you're able to skip all of it. The custom character is probably the best thing about that game because you're able to do so much with it. And even then, the custom character, even it has its own problems. The Wispins, all of them except for maybe 2, if you're being generous, are actually good to use and are decent in gameplay. And then, like, the whole acceleration thing, which every character has a problem with, where they go from 0 to 60 in like seconds. It's just pretty, like, again, the controls I find are just flat out bad. I don't really find anything in the game to be good, really. Like, the greatest thing in Forces is okay. It's not even really, like, good. It's just the best thing that I found in Forces, which was like a bit of the music, was okay. Like, decent, passable. The Infinite theme is pretty good. I like it. And then the the theme for Sunset Heights, I find that pretty okay. Like, but again, it's like, it's just okay. It's not really good. And then I look at, the rest of the game, and I'm like, every stage for every character is linear, a straight hallway, and just, it's on every level besides maybe 2 Classic Sonic levels are, like, over. Oh no, not every level other than 2 Classic Sonic levels are just straight lines. And again, with those same 2 Classic Sonic levels, the ones that aren't straight lines are just all under like 2 minutes. Maybe you'll reach the 2-minute mark if you're lucky. And I don't want this entire gameplay or playthrough or live stream, whatever you want to call this, to be a Sonic Forces rant, but like, every time I get the chance to talk about Sonic Forces, I can't help myself. That game is just so... The same way I feel about Forces is pretty much the same way so many people felt about games like Shadow the Hedgehog and like Sonic 4 when people were complaining about that. It just feels like betrayal, like completely just wrong. I never really grew up in a time where those games were really relevant. I was around, but I wasn't following the series. I have a chance to follow the series when it was like doing good for itself. I started following the series around, I want to say 2008, 9, definitely by 2010. And by that time, the series was good. It was at least doing okay for itself, but it wasn't really by 2007 or 8, but in terms of the game's quality, it was a lot better than what it came before. But then I'm looking at, like, Forces, and I feel like, again, this isn't the start of a dark age. That's just something hyperbolic. No, we're not in a dark age of Sonic anymore. But the series at this point has stagnated. Mania really helped, but after Forces came out, it's like Mania never happened. And that, like, ever since Generations, Lost World came out, that wasn't received well. And then Forces isn't received well. I feel like we're almost at a point where the series is going to be entering another dark age, or at least an age of, like, no progress. We're gonna reach a point where, like, the Sonic series doesn't progress and nothing happens. We're gonna reach a point where everyone gets sick of the series because nothing's happening with it. I feel like if something isn't done soon to make the series more original, fresh, and innovative, like something exciting, we're not going to really be seeing the series do anything or possibly even stick around for that long. I'm not saying the series is just going to die, but I'm saying it's going to become, like, just boring, stale, practically a shell of itself, which it seemingly is already becoming. If it wasn't for Mania, I'd be saying that the series is practically dying. Not in a traditional sense where the games are so bad that, like, nobody wants to play the games anymore, but in the fact that the series is so, like, dead and so desperate for, like, so desperate to find something to cling on to that it just throws a nostalgia card, which even Mania did. And that wasn't even, like, the team's fault. They were going to have a completely original game, but Sonic Team themselves said that they needed to put unoriginal levels into the game. It's like, you could have left the team completely unhindered to make... Honestly, if Mania had completely original levels, you don't even need to change the level design for these stages. Just give it a different palette and look. Well, not palette, but look. Make them original stage themes. I want to say right now that, in my opinion at least, I'm not speaking for everybody, but if Mania were to have different stage themes for all of these levels, you wouldn't even need to change the level design, just make them new themes. That would instantly be my favorite Sonic game of all time. I'm not saying... I can't speak for everybody because I know not everybody feels the same way. But imagine if Mania had completely original levels. It would have been even better. But no, we're forced to, like, eat the same stuff we've already had. We're forced to take in what's already been taken in. And we just got this with Generations, and even Lost World tried it. And then we're getting this with Mania. Even though the team is trying to do the best they can with what they've been given, they just can't. Like, Sega's putting themselves into a corner where they can't think of anything new. And the new stuff they do think of is either underwhelming, or just they completely scrap and go back to the nostalgia card. Like, I can't... I'm never going to leave the series, but I'm always going to buy the next game, or at least I'm always going to stick around with the series to see what the next game is. But if the series keeps, like, going down the same path it is now, with the whole nostalgia era, I guess you call this, and the whole, like, just completely unenthusiastic, like, I guess tone. I don't know exactly how you put it. The complete blandness of the series at this point. Not completely. It's still somewhat, like, fresh, kind of. But with games like Forces, if we keep getting games like that, I want to say that I probably won't be, like, following the series. I'll still play the games, but I won't really be following it if we keep getting games like this. Not immediately. I haven't lost all faith in the series of being original, but, like, if the series keeps going down the same path it is now, probably won't follow it for a long time unless something new can be done with it. I'm not saying, again, immediately, but if the next 3 or so games are like this, that's probably a lost cause at that point. Like, even, like, series like, with Nintendo, they have Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, and they noticed that people were starting to get sick of the series, like, all of them, and that, well, not getting sick of them, but they were starting to become stale. Not that they were already stale, but that they were starting to go down that path. And then they decided, you know, in order to save our brand, basically, not immediately, like, Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, they were all doing, like, perfectly fine as it was. But they decided we're going to mix things up and change things drastically just to make sure people don't grow sick of our series. Like, I want the Sonic series to be the best it can. And I want it to be original. I want it to be new, fresh, exciting. But right now, it's just... Mania is a fantastic game. I love this game. It's probably tied with Sonic 2 as my favorite Sonic game. Maybe my second favorite. But, like, the reason why Mania is my second favorite and isn't my exact, like, all-time favorite is exactly that. Though it's not completely original. And Like, Sonic Team had no excuse for making these games unoriginal. They could have made a completely original game. They could have let the team do whatever they want, but they wouldn't. That's just disappointing. And if we start to keep getting games like this, not like Mania. Mania is fantastic. All they need to do is make things more original, and this game's perfect. At least in my opinion. But when it comes to the rest of the series, like the modern games and everything else even, if we keep getting stuff like this, people are gonna get sick of it. Not even like the old Sonic fans, but even like the people that are new to the series, they're gonna start like noticing it and then just say, I was thinking about getting into this series, but then nothing changed. It's like, what's the point? At least that's how I see it. It's like, the series, it's not dying at all, like I said before, but if it keeps going down this path, it will be. Not due to the game's quality, although Forces is of pretty low quality, at least to me. But if things keep being as stale, I guess you could say, as they are now, the series is gonna die just through fatigue. Not due to the games being bad, and due to, well, fatigue with the game's, like, lack of quality, but with the game's complete disregard of trying anything new. The series is going to be dead if it doesn't try anything new and soon. It won't be dead immediately, but it's going to die a slow, painful death if it doesn't do something soon. At least that's my look on it. Let's see, what does it say? I echo much of what you say about Forces, I hear ya. Man, yeah. Yeah, like, you understand what I'm saying, like, I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I want to make sure, like, people know, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, I'm not the most popular person on the planet or anything, I'm not like some call me Janny, or the Game Gramps, or something like that, but like, you know, people should know that, like, I'm not going to be able to speak to Sega anytime soon. I'm pretty sure none of us are, but we as fans, we have the power to tell Sega, you're doing things wrong. You're not doing things right. And even though we're not going to be heard, you can try. Moments like the Sonic Q&A are moments where we should try to bring things like this up. Yeah, have fun with everything, of course. I love this series, but like, I would hate to see it become like a dead, bland franchise. I would hate for it to become another Crash Bandicoot or Spyro before these remakes happened. I would hate for that to happen to Sonic because, again, I love the series. I grew up with the series, and I want to see it be as original as it used to be and be fresh and interesting again. It just hasn't been. It just hasn't been for years, and it's starting to wear on me. Like, I'm not saying the series is bad, it's not, but I'm just saying it's starting to wear on me, like, a lot. It's starting to get pretty, like, boring and underwhelming. Like, if the next Sonic game I see is just kind of... If the next game I see is just kind of... Well, screw Blue Sphere, I'm not doing this. I have too much Sonic Forces to talk about. I need to talk about games that are, well, again, bad, quotation marks. But, like, again, I would hate to see the series do something like that. And I'm sorry if I keep rambling on about this, but to me this is an important topic. If this was any other game series, I'd be feeling the same way. I hate when things are unoriginal and boring. I'd rather have... Like, honestly, this might sound controversial, I'm not saying I want the games to be bad, but I'd rather have a so bad it's good game than a completely unoriginal game that is just so uninspired and lazy that it makes you wonder why the games take so long to even come out. Like, I'd rather have an 06, I'd rather play 06 than play Forces. I know that is probably the most controversial thing I could possibly say about the Sonic series, but like, I'd rather play 06 than Forces because at least 06 has a so bad it's good quality about it. Forces doesn't even have that, at least to me. Forces is just so dead. It's nothing. It is lifeless. There's no reason to play it. At least 06 has... It's infamous. It's that type of game where everyone needs to play it because of how bad it is. But Forces isn't even that. It's just... nothing. It's nothing. And if Sonic Team doesn't do something about this soon, Sonic is going to die. And I know that some people might say the series is going to go on forever, but at least in terms of originality and, like, the amount of joy you can get out of seeing the same thing happen every game, it's just... You may think that the series won't die, and it probably never will. It's Sonic, but if it keeps going down this path, people are going to lose interest. And what happens when people lose interest in something? It stops selling, and games, like, history speaks for anything, it's that people don't want to buy what's unoriginal and boring to them. I'm just saying, like, Sonic's in a good place right now, at least with Mania. But you can't just keep playing Mania, like, over and over again. I hope this makes sense, but it's like, I hope what I'm saying, like, is able to, like, be understood. But, like, I'm just saying, if Mania keeps going down the same, like, if we get nothing but classic Sonic, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry this is, like, maybe hard to understand at all, but, like, I'm passionate about the series. I want things to be not exactly what they used to be, because then, again, that would... I don't want the series to be, like, a complete radical shift. I don't want Sonic to become some slow-paced, like, adventure game. Adventure, but, like... I don't want it to be like a God of War situation where it's like the game series completely changes just for the fact of changing. And even then, God of War, I haven't played it, it seems pretty okay. But I don't want Sonic to just change. I want it to be what it used to be, but not be unoriginal, if that makes any sense. I want, like... I think the reason why so many people are clamoring for an Adventure 3 or an adventure-style game is because, again, people are tired of seeing the same thing over and over again, and we want Sonic to evolve. We want Sonic to be different, but still stick to what it is. It's a Sonic game, but again, it's a very complicated matter, but all I'm saying is that Sonic is in a good place right now, but it won't be if it keeps being unoriginal. That's why, like, games, like fan games and such are so important, because they're original, they're new. I hate to, like, I guess promote what I do, but I guess you could say, like, the Miles Per Hour fan game that I'm working on with so many other people, like, we as a group understand that, like, I think one of the reasons, if I can remember correctly, I'm not entirely sure, but I remember that, like, Forces was so bad for Tails and its character. His character was ruined in that game. That part of the reason why this Miles Per Hour fan game exists is just to fix his character. That's how bad things are starting to get. Not only to make a good game, but to fix a broken character. It's so, like... I don't understand what's happening. I'm working on this game, but I'm not exactly a game developer. I know it's a complicated process, and I know that a lot goes into game development. I'm part of a game, like a fan game. We're like a ragtag group of people making a fan game, and even then it's a difficult process, so I can imagine how it feels for the, like, companies whose job it is to make these games in at least a semi-decent, like, amount of time, and you have millions of people following your series. Like, that must be just horrible to go through. But games like Forces show me that even the greatest, like, game developers and people that you think you can trust can be just, like, really lazy. Like, imagine if a company like... What if Naughty Dog did the same thing with, like, Uncharted? Like, what if like, even if you don't like Uncharted, you can say that it's very, like, polished and is at least a well-designed game objectively, I guess you could say. It's a good game, I guess you could say, objectively. I don't want to say that exactly, because no real review or opinion is objective, but in terms of, like, what if a company like Naughty Dog were to pull out, what if, like, The Last of Us 2, a game that's super anticipated by the fans of that series, were to be mediocre and just basically be The Last of Us, I guess you could say, The Last of Us Enhanced, The Last of Us Part 2, even though that's literally what it's called. But if it were to be just The Last of Us again, and not the original at all, do nothing different, how do you think the fans of that series would feel? It'd be terrible. What if the Final Fantasy VII remake were to add nothing new, and just be Final Fantasy VII but with pretty graphics? I mean, that would sell. Sonic Forces sold, but that doesn't make it good. Like, in the short term, yeah, it sold a lot, but in the long term, it's not good for the series. Its reputation, the fans, or the people that work on it. Even the people that worked on it, Sonic Team, they held review copies, so they know they're messing up, but I feel like Sonic Forces is going to be taken in a way where it's like, oh, people don't like this game, they must not like modern Sonic, so we're just gonna do more classic Sonic. We tried to do something semi-original and it didn't work, so let's try more stuff like, you know, Green Hill and more like that, even though that's the complete opposite of what people want. Or at least most Sonic fans. Again, I can't speak for all, but it's a mess. Like, it's an absolute mess. I don't know, like, what's going to be in store for the future of Sonic, but I'm just imagining that if it doesn't do something soon, it's going to fall, the same as Titans before, like Spyro and Crash. I almost see it as inevitable unless Sonic Team does something drastic, like soon. That's my stance on it, at least. Trying to at least get back to Mania. I know this has been a very complicated rant of mine, but again, I don't want the entire stream to just be a rant about Sonic Forces and the quality of Sonic, causing us to all go through an existential crisis about the state of Sonic the Hedgehog, clearly the most pressing matter in our society today. But, yeah. I see what you mean, Starlight. If they were to see the Miles Power fan game, that'd be awesome. It'd just be... Imagine if we got the polish of, like, a real Sonic game. Again. But then again, I'd probably put Green Hill there, you know. But yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean entirely. It would be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sorry for anyone that doesn't really care about Forces or anything like that. I just wanted to get that off my chest, I guess you could say. I never really talked about this on my channel, I guess you could say. I just been wanting to talk about it more, other than just like an average Discord chat, because I went into a little bit of this when we were talking about Forces there, but like, I've never really talked about my full thoughts on Forces, and that's not even like my full thoughts on Forces. I could probably do like an hour-long review on Forces if I wanted to, but it's just not... Sonic Forces is the complicated mess, but getting off of that topic, you know, funny enough, this is the second time that I went on a Sonic quality, Sonic Forces discussion rant thing while playing Sonic Mania. I guess that's a trend of sorts. Maybe when I play this for Lock-On, I'm going to be playing the Sonic run, and we're going to get another tangent from me about Sonic Forces and the quality of the series. I guess time will tell at that point. But, yeah. Getting back to Mania, though. I absolutely love Mirage Saloon. Easily my favorite level in this game. Absolutely adore this level. I don't know why people have trouble with Sky Chase in there. I mean, I could kind of see it. It's pretty slow, I guess you could say. But I like the throwback to Sonic 2. It's pretty cool. But then again, I'm the Sonic 2 guy. I love Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is my favorite Sonic game, possibly tied with this game, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm gonna like Sonic 2 references, of course. Also, anyone else hear of the and Knuckles mod for Sonic Mania? Basically something, or no, it's the Oh No mod. It's the Oh No mod. If anyone hasn't heard of that or seen it, please, like, look it up. It is fantastic. It replaces this theme and syncs it up with Unknown for me, and it fits too well. Like, too well. It scares me. It's made it so every time I play this level, I think of Knuckles raps, and that alone makes this game the greatest thing ever created, if it can make you think of the greatest composer of all time, Hunted P. Like, that man is a legend for so many wonderful reasons. Although seriously though, for those of you who don't know this, Hunted P actually made all the raps for Adventure 2 in a day. Like, in one day. That's honestly pretty impressive. But, yeah, I love Mirage Saloon. Love the level design, love the aesthetic, the whole backstory on this being a updated Sonic 2. Well, it was originally a level from Sonic 2. I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching this, since we're all huge Sonic fans, already knows this. I hate to be regurgitating information that everyone already knows. But with Mirage Saloon, the whole story of this being a scrap level from Sonic 2, then being a scrap level from Sonic CD, then being put in Mania, it's pretty cool. It's just, again, Sonic 2 reference. Of course I'm going to love this, because Sonic 2 is just a wonderful masterpiece with no flaws, and if you think any different, then you're just not a true Sonic fan. But, yeah. I don't know why I love this, like, slow, I guess you could say remix, even though it's not much of a remix considering it's the original composition. But, yeah, I like this. Combine ring. Oh, that's ripped out of Mushroom Hill. What is it? Guns in my Sonic game? The guns? How do people defend this game? Knuckles is using a gun. What? This is ruining Knuckles' character. He is using guns. Like, how? This infuriates me. Like, to no end. This game is just as bad as Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't get how I think of these jokes. I am original, but also not at all at the same time. Also, why is this platforming sequence difficult for me? I'm good at this game. I hope. So evil, Knuckles. Lord Gotenks. Yes. Also, Gotenks is annoying. Not talking to you, Lord Gotenks, but the character of Gotenks doesn't... It's such a boring character. I find them annoying, at least. Kid Trunks is maybe okay, but Goten is pointless, and when you fuse a pointless, annoying character with a semi-decent character, you get a super annoying character that I wish would never be seen again. I don't like them at all. They're pointless. Also, Goten was only conceived so that Chi-Chi could cope. So, yeah, Goten's mere existence is just because Chi-Chi needed somebody with her. He's the equivalent of, why am I here? Because I needed somebody. That's it. I don't care about you at all. You only exist for my support. You're my coping mechanism. My own son is a coping mechanism. And then people say Chi-Chi isn't a horrible mother. She isn't, until you realize that she literally had a child for no reason than to help herself. Like, cope. It's pretty bad. And irresponsible. Love this music. Love this. Absolutely love this. If we were to have like a T-Lopes, a Crush 40, like team up with Hyper Potions added as well, because the whole Hyper Potion Sonic Mania Plus thing with Jun Senoi, hope I'm pronouncing his name right. It's pretty great. Pretty great. And I saw this tweet once on Twitter. It was like, if I can pull it up, I'm not gonna pull it up right now. Also reference to Sonic Chaos, the greatest Sonic game of all time. But yeah, the tweet was like, forget exactly what it was, but it was like, 5 multiple playable characters with their own gameplay style, a new Crush 40 song, 2 to 4 player multiplayer mode, and then like, some other stuff, and it's... Actually, I'm gonna pull up that tweet right now. Sorry for this, delay, but this is too great to not, like, talk about. Let me just, pull it up right now. I know I like this tweet, so I'm gonna pull it up right now. It's easy to find. Here it was. It was 5 playable characters, new Crush 40 song, narrative pushing cutscenes, super form final battle, Angel Island is relevant, and a 2 to 4 player multiplayer mode. Is this Sonic Adventure 3? That's an honest, hard question to answer. But it's not, because there's no Chao Garden. And as we all know, Chows are the most important thing out of the Sonic game. If there isn't a Chao Garden, the game's terrible. I don't even know why I'm playing this game. It's trash because there are no Chao involved. Oh my god, I hate when Sonic characters start using guns! Although I love when Gun starts chasing after Sonic characters, because then you can make trucks go up the back of roads and phase through walls. Ever since I learned how to pull that off, I can't play City Escape without doing that. It's too great. Too great. Plus you can see that Big the Cat survived, and as we all know, that if Big the Cat dies, so does the Sonic series. Well, I can't be awesome. I tried to look cool, but I can't. Guess I'm not cool enough. Time for a joke. Chaos. Chao? Or Chaos himself enforces, because that's a pretty good joke. Oh wait, Sonic Forces is a sequel to Mania, you could say. So, Chaos is in Forces, which is a sequel to Mania, therefore Mania is involved with Chaos, which was a mutated Chao. Mania is saved. It is still a fantastic Sonic game, with no faults whatsoever, because there's a post-game that only makes you play all the good levels so that you can upgrade your Chao, which is why we all think that this game's fantastic, because we all played the good levels to upgrade our Chao. Woo! Time for Team Hooligan here. For apparently female hard-boiled heavy. I don't get how robots have genders, but whatever. Knack the Weasel. This isn't Fang the Sniper. That's not American enough. I'm a pure-blooded American. He is Knack the Weasel. Bean the Dynamite, even though he's a duck. I don't get that name. And Woof the Bark. And that's Fang the Sniper, totally different from Knack the Weasel. Also, I'm just going to stand here for a minute to listen to more of this music because it's fantastic. Also, it gives us a moment to look at Knuckles' idle animations. Sorry, I can't finish the stage immediately, the song's too good. Also, Knuckles chuckled, therefore we can end the stage. Also, I did not see this coming, but after we use a gun, we go to Oil Ocean. So, this combined two of the worst things in Sonic together, and then it later combined Sandopolis. I don't get how Sonic Mania... How do people defend this game? I don't understand. Also combined Ring from Knuckles Chaotix, so it's even worse. I don't like Knuckles Chaotix. I think the game controls horribly. Also, tell me in the chat if any of you have even played Knuckles Chaotix. I played it through an emulator. It's not authentic, but I'm not buying a Sega CD and 32X just to play Knuckles Chaotix. Fang the Sniper suck. Wait. Oh, Fang the Sniper. Such an inappropriate name. Oh, wait. Am I not getting a joke? Am I being dense right now? But yeah, tell me, Chad, have you played Knuckles Chaotix? Because I think it's pretty bad. I don't get why that game has such a cult following. It's like long and pretty boring. It drags like a lot. And the multiplayer is fantastic because it's worse than like New Super Mario Bros. To the point where like there's no way to not screw up and screw the other person over completely, causing it to be more of a versus mode than a cooperative mode. Never played it, but I'd like to try it. Yeah, I just played it through an emulator. I think it was Kega. Pretty universal emulator. Yeah, I'm not really a fan. It introduced Vector the Crocodile, which now after... Well, not after, I've known this for a long time, but if Vector were to ever play in a rock band, that'd be pretty cool. And it'd be another deep cut reference. Also, Vector is in Sonic Boom. And I don't know how to feel about that. Like, okay, Vector's in Sonic Boom, which honestly the TV show is pretty good. Pretty good TV show. The games are pretty bad, but the TV show is pretty great. Mainly because the Sonic voice actors fit their roles. But I'm not gonna get into another rant. You've all already sat through my, like, what was it? A super long Sonic Forces, like, rant. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with another rant that lasts, like, 20 minutes. Also, super easy boss that... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad, the whole attack that he has where... Yeah, you can't really see, like, the ceiling. Unless you look up, which I just realized was an option, but who's gonna look up unless you're tree sapling, in which case you go up and down and instantly find out how the Carnival Night Barrel works because you're just so good at video games. I get you, tree sapling. Please travel back in time. Help me as a child, a confused lost child that wasn't smart enough to find out the Carnival Night Barrel, how it works. If you don't get that, that's another reference to Lockout commentaries. Please watch, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. We need attention, please. We need attention. We can't afford food. The best part about Knuckles Chaotix was the Metal Sonic boss. Yeah, well, which Metal Sonic boss? Because there's a Phase 1 and a Phase 2. So, which part are you talking about? The one that's terrible or the one that's pathetically easy but looks really... How do you combine Sandopolis and Oil Ocean and make it good? Christian Whitehead. That's the answer on how to make any Sonic game good. Christian Whitehead. Phase 2. Yeah. Again, pathetically easy, but it looks so awesome that I frankly don't care. Just thinking about something random to talk about in terms of the chat. So, Mania Plus comes out in a few months. So, what are all of your guys' hopes for Sonic Mania Plus? Like, if they could add anything, what do you want to have the team add? If you were in charge of adding anything to Mania Plus, what would you add? Metal Sonic in Knuckles Chaotix, wasn't it Metal Sonic Kai? I think it was, so there's a Dragon Ball Z reference for you. It's pretty great. Even though it's worse because the music's different and Frieza sounds like a smoking, like, old woman, but yeah. I liked Dragon Ball Z Kai. I think it's better than the original, but that's a controversial statement. I can't say that. It's getting posted to my YouTube channel after the stream and the archive gets added, so it's pretty worrying. I don't want to be controversial, even though I went on a 20-minute long rant about how I don't like Sonic Forces. Also, I never knew that was there. Mighty and Ray exclusive boss fight. I could see that happening. Like, that's probably already in the plans. Also, I'm assuming with the leaked images of, I think it was Kotaku, that you're going to be able to switch between Mighty and Ray or Sonic. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's going to be like Sonic Heroes type thing. I have no idea. Complain to me about spoilers. I was not specific about what that leak showed, so yeah, not a spoiler technically. I just told you who leaked it. I mean, hey, if you just look up Kotaku leak about Sonic Mania and you find a leak, that's not my fault. I just told you who the leaker was. I didn't tell you about the actual leak. The leaker themselves is to blame. I can work around criticism. Although, something I can talk about is, Infinity War. Well, everyone dies in the end. Yeah, I haven't seen Infinity War. Haven't seen it yet. Waiting to. I'm avoiding practically all of Twitter right now. So, I can still remain excited for when I do see Infinity War. Probably going to see it sometime next week when I have time to go watch that movie. It's going to be pretty great. But if Star-Lord dies, I'm going to be pretty disappointed, because then that means Chris Pratt dies and that Marvel won't have their celebrity power anymore. Even though Robert Downey Jr. probably one day after he loses... Well, not lose the rights. He doesn't have the rights to Iron Man, but when he stops acting as Iron Man for the MCU, I could see him legally changing his name to Tony Stark, because nobody would be able to tell the difference between the fictional character and the real-life actor. I'm skilled at video games. Also, Sonic CD reference, so I hate this level. Not a fan of Sonic CD. So I'm gonna go on another 20-minute long rant about how Sonic CD is the worst classic Sonic game of all time, and if you think so, otherwise you're wrong. Like, completely wrong. Sonic CD is just terrible. It's trash. No, you cannot think that it is semi-decent or mediocre. It is complete garbage, because if you don't think a game is perfect, a game is just flat-out, like, garbage. You can't think anything else about a game. If you think bad about God of War, you're just, like, bad at video games and don't know how to play anything. And if you think Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy isn't hard, then clearly you haven't played Dark Souls. GT is better than Super. Ooh, controversial statement! Honestly though, I was talking with my cousin earlier, because I have a social life, even though it's part of my family. I have a somewhat social life. But, yeah, he has the same opinion, thinking that GT is better than Super. I forget what he said specifically, but it was like, it does pretty much the exact same things as GT. Only Toriyama wrote it, so people think it's better or something like that. I don't particularly agree. I think Super is better than GT, but that's just my opinion. Also, I love this background. Like, absolutely love it. It's all glowy and red. And red's my favorite color, so I love this level. Anything that's red. I want a full-on red Sonic game. Has red grass, red trees, call it Red Hill Zone, completely original level theme. Have Red Sonic as the main character. Not Knuckles, Red Sonic from Sonic Lost World. That's my favorite Sonic character. But Lord Gotenks, why do you think GT is better than Super? Whoop. That's level design ripped out of Sonic 3 Knuckles. the best Sonic game of all time, and if you think so, you're wrong. Okay, I've been saying that exact same joke too long. The joke has run its course, but of course I am still going to mention this joke, because, oh well. You see, I'm a comedic genius that knows the rule of threes. I go to the rule of, like, infinite, where a joke can never run its course, and I need to constantly make the same joke over and over again, because it's always funnier the more you hear it. Times 15,000 to 16,000 are always better than the first time, because that way you can understand the joke even more and still laugh at it when it hasn't changed at all. Purely for the concepts like Shadow Dragons and Baby. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I think Super, though, had pretty cool concepts. Super Saiyan God was pretty cool. And Ultra Instinct, it's cool, though it's a little bland. I think it was pretty cool. I still hate how Vegeta loses everything, though. One thing that I'm pretty sure almost everyone can agree on was stupid about GT is how Vegeta cheated his way to Super Saiyan 4. But, yeah. Just not Super 17. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like, I also don't like how Pan doesn't do, like, anything. Like, anything, really, that you would like, Pan had so much potential, but did absolutely nothing. Nothing. Honestly, waste of a character. Although it's cool to see future Trunks. I haven't really seen GT in a long time. I might need to refresh my memory on the series, but I don't really want to watch it. But, it's cool to see future Trunks. Easily one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters. Knuckles. That's the... Whoa. Okay. Don't worry, just dance in your music. You know it's bad when his arc was only 8 episodes. Yeah, they knew something was wrong. Also, I'm still waiting for my Sonic and Dragon Ball Z crossover. Which, if you, haven't been, watching, our Twitter with people like, Fox Cordova and the guy Silver and me, myself, with my Twitter, we're in a thing and we retweeted about a Sonic Dragon Ball Z crossover being made. We ourselves are not making it, but I'm a voice actor in it. And so it's a shameless plug. It's Sonic Dragon Ball Z crossover is happening. Sadly, it is not official. Still waiting for an official one though. Also, I love this music. I love it. I loves it. Basically, any Sonic piece of music that has an electric guitar is almost always good. Almost always. I honestly can't think of a bad example of a Sonic theme with an electric guitar off the top of my head. Probably like some, but can't really. I don't know. Can't really think of any off the top of my head. So I'm assuming most of them are good. Let's see, Dragon Ball Legends, Dokkan. You know, it sounds out of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. I watched Dragon Ball Z Kai and a tad of the original Dragon Ball Super, or not Super, original Dragon Ball. But I don't know too much outside of those. So if you're talking about like Legends and stuff like that, I mean, I'm a Dragon Ball fan, but I'm a very like passive viewer of the series. I mean, I'll watch the anime and all that, but the only I still need to play Dragon Ball FighterZ though. That game looks incredible. Still need to play it. And it doesn't have any microtransactions that are required to get any enjoyment out of the game, so that's pretty good, pretty good. Although you need to pay $2 extra for Ultra Instinct. I know it's been in the anime since like 2016. 2016, 17, but you need to pay $2 to watch Goku transform into Ultra Instinct again. So, yeah, pay that up. We're not going to make it free this time. What? Okay, one question I have about Mania. What is going on in that background? Like, honestly, what is that? Like, kinda looks like Metallic Madness, but it's not. Like, what's happening there? I don't understand. Oh. I'm skilled at video games, I think. Okay, after immediately getting hit after saying that, I'm assuming I'm not. See, I can get... Alright, Can I get Kid Goku in a new game, please? That would be pretty cool, but then again, like, that's not profitable. You can't market that, because then it allows people to think of GT, and that's not good. You can't have Toriyama or anyone mention GT or Kid Gohan, because then that makes people think of GT, and you can't get money out of that. Can't get money out of making a female Broly, though. Honestly, I found that pretty dumb. Didn't like that about Super. Flat out, Kale is a female Broly. I don't like that. Kale, Khalifa. I honestly forget. As much of a Dragon Ball fan as I am that watches the anime, I always mix up like Kale, Khalifa for some reason. I don't understand. I guess all Saiyans look the same to me. I'm like that speciest against the Saiyans because they all look the same. I don't know what you call that. What race are the Saiyans? Like, I know you can say they're Saiyans, but like in terms of Earth, are they like Japanese? Are they white? Like, are they Asian? White? Like, what are they? What are Saiyans in terms of Earth? Are they just called Saiyans? A race of like two people? Well, wait. Well, do characters like Gohan and like Pan count as Saiyans? Well, no, in terms of a race, I guess they would. But so yeah, we have so you got Goku, you got Vegeta, obviously, you got Gohan, Pam. Do you want to count Broly? Do you want to count Broly? I mean, the movies aren't canon, so I guess I'm not going to count Broly. So that's like, oh no, Trunks, and Goten. That's like 7. Am I correct? It's let's see. That's 6. So a race of 6 people. Do you know how easy it's going to be for Goku to get a job? He's a minority. Also, I love this Hidden Palace. Be like Frieza and call them all monkeys. Yeah, I'm gonna call Saiyans monkeys from now on. I'm not gonna offend anybody by saying that, now are we? Well, then again, they could all just go to Tumblr. Oh my god. Love this. Love this. Hey, Knuckles is doing his job. Don't see that very much anymore. Also, the Super Emeralds, it's actually explained as to why they're not in newer games, so that's pretty great. Seriously, I'm questioning what's going on in the background there. Oh. Well, that's that. Okay. Okay. I'm good at video games. Oh. I guess I hit him during the one frame where he was vulnerable on the Master Emerald. I'm special! Okay. You're gonna follow him, right? No? Oh, okay. I don't know why, I love with Sonic and Knuckles animations, finishing animations, victory, whatever, they move slightly to the left or right depending on what direction they're in, so, I always let them fall off of capsules. Don't know why I always do that, but I do, because that's fun to me, because I guess I'm very easy to entertain. Also, I don't like Metallic Madness in CD, but I like it in Mania, and the soundtrack is funky as all funk. All the funk is in this level. I'm a black belt fighting machine. Okay, I don't get the lyrics. I probably looked them up on like some YouTube video or something, but I out of the song itself, I don't know the lyrics at all just by listening to this. I know it's a rap battle between Sonic and Eggman. I believe Sonic is Act 1, Eggman's Act 2. I think that's how the lyrics go. Going in the background, so yay! Honestly, I love this mechanic. Sorry for it being so silent though, I'm loving this soundtrack. I'm a black belt fighting machine. Check out my shoes, check out my feet, is that what it's saying? I honestly don't know. Run, I heard that. I heard that at least. I don't understand the lyrics to this. Okay, now it's just in the instrumental part of the song. Seriously, I love this. It's so funky. So funky. That's all I can describe the soundtrack. Well, not this entire soundtrack, but Metallic Madness as true funk. Yeah, like, this level right here fixes all of the problems that the original Metallic Madness has, as being like a super, really confusing mess of a level. Like being all vertical and really slow and cheap with some of its like placement of badniks and stage hazards. Pretty much fixes all of that. Plus adds cool stuff. Also, I love how the background and the foreground are different colors to represent the different time periods of Sonic CD. It's a nice touch. Fun is infinite. Yes. Oh no, that reminds me of Sonic 4. Or no, reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog Infinite. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's a little thing that I found in Discord with the fan game chat. Like, Discord. It's pretty fun. I don't want any spoils from Sonic the Hedgehog Infinite though. Pretty good movie. I'm hoping Tails doesn't die this time. It's a Sonic Forces movie adaptation, so they might let Tails die, but I don't want to be spoiled yet. Also, this is a really blatant example of originality. Again, I don't want to go on another rant, but yeah, pretty boring. Oh, it goes slightly faster. Yeah, now it's about to go slightly faster. Yep. Actually, thinking of Lord Gotenks' comment about how fun is infinite, I now want to see the Mania team add in the Sonic CD hidden images into the sound test of Mania somehow. Or at least add in like new images. We need a new like Chibi Sonic and a new Tails with a Toyota, whatever that was. Did it say Toyota? I think it did. I think it did. Eggman spawned near me. There we go. Oh. Oh, I almost off-screen Knuckles. Yay, victory! Why did it matter that... Why did it matter that you were 2 feet to the left, Knuckles? Do you need to end the level on your own terms? You can't allow the player to continue? This game's too automated. It's too linear. Look at these story elements in my game. I just want my game to be gameplay. Why do I need these complex characters in my video games? Too complex. You're too complex. Or, this game has so much narrative, so much of a complex, compelling narrative, where Knuckles goes against the player's own wishes and moves 2 feet to the left to begin the level, as opposed to where the player wanted him to be. So, this game is an instant 100% masterpiece, and this is how all single-player games should be from now on. It's an instant perfect masterpiece because it's story-driven and very complex in terms of the narrative and character building, and the world that Sonic Mania presents connects all the previous games together into one cohesive experience and making a very heavy world-driven. I'm a very sophisticated game critic, man, that speaks with an accent, so you care about me more and my opinion because I'm awesome. With that, yeah. A guy with an accent said so take his word for it. He's representative of how much good the game is. I can grammar. What? Oh, that was too close for comfort. Was it? Very important question. Can you feel the sunshine? Yes, it brightens up my day, even though where I am right now it is currently like pitch black outside. So I can't feel the sunshine, but I will someday. It makes me float on ecstasy, makes me have a good time, never want to stop, don't stop me now. Good music reference, that's another deep cut reference from the Cryogenic Gamer. Also, Chibi Super Knuckles, what we've all wanted to see. 200 degrees. Is a rocket ship on its way to Mars. That's another reference to the Queen. Wow, I never thought we would come to a point where I could say Queen and think of the music composer and then have it be during a Knuckles playthrough. I did think of another Knuckles reference other than the Rastafarian and Jamaican Knuckles. I thought of the Queen. The Queen. Knuckles needs to have a good day and have a ball so he will not upset the Queen. Yeah, the Sonic Racing game, it's interesting. It looks interesting. And although I've heard that it's called Super Sonic Racing, which people say is a dumb title, I think it's fine. But yeah, like, what is that Sonic Racing game? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Sonic R, in terms of its music, yeah, it's pretty good music. It doesn't fit at all, but it looks pretty. Yeah, the music looks pretty. I love how that music sheet looks. All that, so I can play it and all that. It looks really nice. I don't care about how it sounds. It looks really nice on paper. Ka-ching. That's the sound of how much money Sega's made off this game. Which they rightfully should have. This game is fantastic. Also, the DLC is like $5, I think the Sonic Twitter said, Aaron Weber. I think that was said like $5 for just the DLC if you own the original, and then was it like, yeah, $30 for the physical edition, the art book and everything, which you know I'm getting. So soon I will have 1 million copies of Sonic Mania, the same way I do Sonic 1 and 2. Yeah, the music looks really good. Spread out on a sheet, add those music notes, all that looks good. You can play it, looks all nice, looks really, really good. Also, I'm in the final level. I just realized that. Mania is under 2 hours long. Sonic Generations took me like 2 hours and a half, 2.5 hours. The Mania team lied to me. It's not as long as Generations. It's not longer than Generations. It's a complete lie. It's a scam. Also, what are these egg robos? Are these like crash test dummies? Could it be a sadistic toy from, what is it, the 90s? Crash test dummies? This thing were morbid. But as we all know, I love morbid things. The death of all living creatures brings me joy. And that's why actually, I haven't died once in this playthrough. And yet, I played Sonic 3 as Knuckles once. It was a recording for the lock-on group I talked about earlier, and I died quite a bit. Quite a bit. It was honestly rather embarrassing for myself. Haven't commentated over that yet, but I am excited for us to commentate over that because, yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. I feel bad for myself. Can we get iOS Sonic 1 and 2 on consoles, Sega? Yes, I want that as well. I'm sure like everyone wants that. You know what I want even more? Sonic 3 Christian Whitehead remaster. That's something I want even more. But something I thought of, I've mentioned this a few times, but something that'd be great, I've told others before, is that, like, imagine if we got, like, a, basically, the Sonic 2 HD fan game, but given a proper console release, and then have that art style, like, and, like, physics, all that, basically take Sonic 2 HD, put it on consoles, and then give the same treatment to Sonic 1, 2, 3, and CD. And then just put it all in one package for, like, 20, 30 bucks. I think that'd be pretty great. And of course have T-Lopes to compose all the music. Then have like Jun Sonoy with guitar. I feel kind of bad that I can't remember the guy's name, but the local, or well, main vocal singer for Crush 40, I think his name's like Tony or something like that. Have them. Don't have Cash unless they're making another version of City Escape. And then, yeah. Get, like, maybe the lead singer of Bowling for Soup in there. Get, this singer for, what is it? Again, I forget his name, but, guy that did City Escape for, Adventure 2 and modern, Sonic Stage and Generations. Basically get every single good Sonic composer together and make, like, one mega Sonic, like, theme. Also, there's an ominous figure. Oh. There's an ominous figure in the background right there that's got eyes and all that. It looks menacing, but it wasn't used, even though there's a 3D model for it. Screw this boss. I don't have time for this. Unpopular opinion time, Sonic Heroes is the best 3D Sonic game. Ooh, that is indeed a controversial statement. I like Sonic Heroes. Not my favorite Sonic game. Well, 3D Sonic game. My favorite 3D Sonic game is... It's a pretty long way of, like, ties, but... Adventure 1, 2, Unleashed. Adventure 1, 2, and Unleashed are probably my favorite 3D Sonic games. Generations I like, but it's a bit too like... Well, here's the thing. Generations on PC is my favorite 3D Sonic game because of how many mods are there. Generations standalone, still one of my favorite 3D Sonic games. Love it. It's like, I guess you could throw that in the tie as well, yeah. You got like Generations, Adventure 1 and 2, and then Unleashed. I kind of put Adventure 1 and 2 in the same like spot because like they're so similar to me in quality. It's pretty much just a matter of which one I feel like liking more, depending on the day, I guess. Also, what is the point of this area? What is the point of this? I don't... There's nothing here. That's a mistake. It's one of Dr. Eggman's diabolical traps. I'm gonna need to reset the game so that I won't get killed by Eggman. Surprised they didn't have that in the manual. Yeah, in terms of unpopular opinions, I guess you could say it was unpopular for me to think that I'd rather play 06 over Forces. Omega is better than Gamma. Yeah, honestly, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I'm not even sure on that. I think it's actually pretty split. Omega is amazing, if he's not in 06. But yeah, Omega, Heroes and Shadow, and can't really say much for Forces considering he was barely even there. But yeah, I love Omega. One of my favorite characters in the series. Love him. Doesn't get enough love. Kind of like Blaze. I miss Blaze. Basically, I miss having characters other than Sonic and a horribly screwed up Tails. And a really kind of... I don't want to say Knuckles is bland and Forces just kind of like... indifferent to him, I guess. Seriously, I wouldn't mind having a Sonic Rush 3. I mean, I know we have Colors on DS, which is kind of just Rush 3, but I'll take any excuse just to play as Blaze again, because Blaze is one of my favorite Sonic characters, and don't think she gets enough love. It's kind of like a situation where, like, Azuka hates Blaze the same way Toriyama hates Vegeta, where just won't get anything good. They just, like, show up, and that's it. Seriously, Blaze is awesome. It's basically Sonic, but cooler because she can hover, and that she has fire powers. And, as you know me, I like setting things on fire because of Oil Ocean Zone, so I love Blaze even more than I did before. They did distract Infinite, what was it, Gamma. Something that I brought up once was, actually, I remember hearing this, I think it was like a Brain Scratch playthrough or something. It was that. It was like, all he does is show up and shoot like 3 shots at Infinite, and he misses. So Sonic Forces is intentionally copying Sonic 06. Explains a lot, but I think Titanic Monarch is probably the one stage in Sonic Mania that I can say is kind of... It's not bad. I like the stage. It's just kind of a little bit too long. Like, shave off maybe a minute or two, and it'd be, like, just fine. I get the whole dramatic, like, super long final level, and I kind of like that. But, yeah, it's just a tad too long. Just a little bit. Sonic Forces Speed Battle is better than Sonic Forces. I haven't even played that game, and I could probably say that's true. Because, Sonic Forces Speed Battle is, well, let's just say it's, has more content than Sonic Forces itself, probably. Multiple playable characters, multiple different stages, multiple different styles of gameplay that all mesh together as the same gameplay style. We got multiplayer aspect, which Forces doesn't have. Yeah, Sonic Forces Speed Battle is clearly the superior game. Seriously though, I haven't played the game though. So, Lord Gotenks, I do not know if Forces Speed Battle is truly greater than the masterpiece known as Sonic Forces. But, yeah, I don't know about that. Part of you like Blaze is play... Wait, what? Part you like Blaze... What do you mean? Like, do I like Blaze to be playable? I said that, yeah. I like Blaze to be playable. Part of you like Blaze to be playable. Sorry, I don't really get if that's a question or a statement that you like Blaze to be playable. Am I just not getting it? Can you maybe elaborate? Was I not getting it? Also, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure I've heard other people mention this as well. This, like, it's probably the color palette, but Titanic Monarch reminds me a lot of Final Egg from Sonic Heroes. A lot. It's like Final Egg and, or not Final Egg, Final Fortress, and Egg Fleet. Oh, Blaze is playable in Force's Speed Battle. Okay, so yeah, instantly better game. All I knew was that Shadow and Knuckles, Tails, Sonic were playable. Oh no. Oh no. Of course I had to say that when Knuckles screws up and I am being bad at video games. I swear I'm better than this. I swear I'm better. The recording curse can really be painful sometimes. Oh, come on. Escape the 3D. Oh, that was pretty close. Congratulations, me. I tried to look cool, but I can't, of course. Wait, what? Where? Huh? What? What just happened? Did I, like... Did me jumping out of the car cause me to get crushed because I was inside of the wall? Is that why that happened? It's one of Dr. Eggman's diabolical traps. Again, they should have warned me about this in the manual. Cream is totally not in Speed Battle. Okay, is that supposed to be sarcasm or something? Is that supposed to mean the opposite, that she is? I don't really care about Cream. I'm sorry, all you Cream fans, all two of you that are out there. Honestly, I think Cream got more, like, screen time in Sonic X than she did in the actual games. One super important question, what's better, inside, outside, or gotta go fast? One's great for the memes, and one's great just because it sounds, like, pretty great. So which one is better in terms of both categories? Objectively, what is the better Sonic X theme song? Well, Cream is overpowered in the main games as well, unless you're in Heroes. But, yeah, Cream's pretty... Well, I guess all the Flight characters in Sonic Heroes are pretty overpowered when you level them up to at least level 2, and then level 3 they're just flat out broken. I'm not alerted or have enough caution right now. Thanks for reminding me, Gan. This is a final boss. I don't get this. The boss gets easier as you progress. I never got bosses like this. I mean, I kind of get it because, like, form of showing that you're progressing, I guess? Question mark. I need that ring. Ooh, that was pretty close. Oh, yay. Congratulations, me. Time for these pointless rematches against the hard-boiled heavies because you can damage them and yet nothing happens. I feel like they were meant to last longer, but they just didn't. Okay, here we go. Inside hands, inside God hands. That's another reference. It's Heavy Shinobi, the guy that I barely talked about, even though he's my favorite boss in the game, because I was too worried about ranting about, what was Sonic Forces? Was that when I was ranting about it? Yeah. Wee. Oh. Oh, come on. Wait, what? What? Oh. I never knew we could stop, like, in midair. Oh yeah! Oh. Yeah, load go tanks, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Dead. Very, anticlimactic final hit. You know, who actually brings Knuckles along? Oh, Sonic, okay. This is a Sonic and Knuckles sequel we've all wanted. Also, that reminds me of this one Sonic fan game. I forget, like, what it is, but it involves this one moment of you running super fast from a giant wall of fire. It's some fan game from a while back, but I forget what it was called. Like, really fast-paced, like... The like boss of it was it's type blue ball type thing that was like an Uni. The Uni Badnik. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone that was here for joining me. That is the end of the stream, the second stream since connection error because my internet's terrible. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye. I'm a genius at ending this stuff. I'm great, okay? I am fantastic. Why am I so bad? Okay, ending broadcast now. There we go. There we go. There. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, thank you for everyone that has joined me. Goodbye. Thank you. Good night. This time it's ending. Okay. Bye.